Hi brothers, I'm Nico. You may not know me yet, but I've walked some of the same roads. Welcome to the Chronicles of Men. This isn't just a podcast. It's a battleground for brotherhood. A sacred space where masks come off, hearts open up, and healing begins. A space to stop pretending, start connecting, and confront the pain we were taught to bury. This is where truth gets loud and silence dies. Did you know? Every 60 seconds, one of our own is lost to something that could have been prevented. Brothers, fathers, sons, gone. Not because they were weak, but because the world told them to stay quiet. And we listened. We were told to man up, to hide the tears, swallow the pain, carry the load with no complaints. And we did. Until we couldn't anymore. But what happens when silence becomes a prison? When being the strong one for everyone else leaves you broken inside? The path we walk is full of invisible traps. From childhood, we're handed a script. Don't cry. Don't show weakness. Provide. Protect. Perform. Never break. So we hide the struggle. We fake the smile. We laugh when we want to scream. We nod when we want to fall apart. We wear the mask of strength while slowly fading inside. Most of us never learned how to process grief, failure, or shame, so we bury it deep, hoping no one notices. Until it erupts, and when it does, it either consumes us or spills out onto those we love most. I know this story intimately. There's a moment in my life that defined what true brotherhood really means. It was the early 2000s. I was broken, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Rock bottom didn't even begin to describe it. Recovery felt impossible, like learning how to live all over again with a body and mind that no longer felt like mine. Then, he showed up. They called him the ferocious giant. He was massive, intimidating, and looked like someone who'd never shed a tear in his life. But looks deceive. He was the kind of man you never wanted close to you in a moment of vulnerability, built like a tank, the type of men that will flood your brain with fear, with his presence. One day, he stood in front of me and simply said, "Let me help you. I've walked through hell and I know the pain. I won't let you do it alone." At first, I didn't know how to respond. When trust has been shattered before, even kindness feels suspicious. But then, he grabbed the handles of my wheelchair. His grip was steady, his eyes sincere, his presence unwavering. I was scared at first, but after the first day, I knew exactly why. He suffered a lot with his struggles and he just didn't want to feel it again, so he came again, and every day after that, he came back. He pushed me through the streets, sat beside me in silence while storms rolled in. The rain drenched us both, but he never flinched. He encouraged my first steps, even when I was sure I'd collapse. He never asked for anything. He simply showed up. He wasn't just a friend. He became a brother. The kind that rewires your soul. And then, just like that, he was gone. Taken too soon. Rest in power, brother, because brotherhood doesn't die. It thrives. In every life it touches. That kind of love, that kind of loyalty, it didn't just change me. It lives on through me. He was the dawn of days, the one who stepped up when others stepped away. I had others I called friends, but when I needed them most, they vanished. And maybe they were scared. Maybe they didn't know what to do. But real brotherhood doesn't hesitate. It doesn't flinch. It shows up, especially when it's hardest. Echoes of brotherhood. Something's shifted. The bond that once ran deep between men, the unspoken code of loyalty, the sacred fire of brotherhood, is flickering. Not gone, but dimmed. Replaced by curated personas, validation from strangers, and the hollow hum of endless scrolling. We used to fight back to back. Now we fight in silence, isolated, masked, afraid of being misunderstood. Today's man is told to soften his voice, dim his presence, and silence his instincts. The world whispers, "Be less of a man, be more agreeable, more digestible." And some listen. In fear of rejection, they trade power for permission. Kings bowing to kingdoms that will never crown them. Lions clipping their own claws just to be tolerated. Warriors turning into whispers. We see it everywhere. Men who were born to lead now chasing likes, loyalty abandoned for lust, principle sacrificed for performance. The dawn of days replaced by the pawn of pleasing. But hear this, brother. You were never meant to beg for space. You were never made to dilute your spirit or apologize for your masculinity. The fire in you was forged for storms, not for silence. Brotherhood isn't built through compliance, it's carved through courage. It's the man who stands tall when it's unpopular, the one who refuses to fold when the world tries to flatten him. We don't need more agreeable men. We need more anchored ones. Men who carry presence, not pretense. Men who would rather stand alone in truth than be praised in a lie. So if you've felt the pressure to shrink, to perform, to disappear under the weight of fitting in, this is your moment to return, to reclaim your edge, to sharpen your voice, to find your brothers, not the ones who clap when you win, but the ones who bleed beside you when the world turns cold. This world doesn't need less masculinity. It needs healed masculinity, anchored masculinity. Masculinity that protects, provides, and stands in purpose, not pride. We don't need more nice guys pretending they're okay. We need dawn energy, men who lead with truth, who walk with fire, who rise like giants, not to dominate, but to defend what's sacred, honor, loyalty, love. So to every brother who forgot what he carries inside, wake it up. Your legacy didn't die, it just went quiet. But now, let it roar again, because when real men rise, empires shift, and when real brotherhood returns, no man falls unseen. Today's brother faces impossible expectations. Be strong, but show emotion. Be successful, but stay humble. Lead, but don't overpower. Speak up, but never overshare. We're juggling conflicting roles, suffocating under the weight of perfection while pretending we're okay. In social media, it makes it worse. We scroll through highlights that make our worst days feel even heavier. But listen to me. Your worth is not found in followers, finances, or flawless appearances. Your value is in your presence, your resilience, the battles you've survived, the quiet moments when you chose to keep going. Brotherhood, the missing piece. We laugh, we grind, we move forward. But how many of us have someone to call when the weight gets too heavy? Brotherhood isn't surface level. It's knowing someone sees your scars and stands beside you anyway. It's telling another man, I got you, and meaning it with your actions, not just words. We need to rebuild that, not just for ourselves, but for the next generation. Boys who need to see what real love and real loyalty between brothers looks like. So what can we do? Lead with honesty. Sharing your truth isn't weakness. It's courage. Reach out. Don't wait for someone to call. Be the one who checks in. Prioritize your mental health. It's not selfish, it's essential. Check on the strong ones. Sometimes the strongest smile hides the deepest hurt. Care for yourself. Rest. Fuel your body. Protect your peace. You matter. Mentor. Pass down emotional intelligence, not emotional silence. Redefine winning. It's not about wealth, it's about purpose and peace. Connect in real life. Digital validation can't replace real presence. Speak life. Encourage your brothers. Remind them who they are. Be the example. Your vulnerability can open the floodgates for someone else's healing. A word from the heart. Now, before this ends, I want to speak directly to the brother who's still holding it all in. The one who's tired of pretending. The one who's done everything right but still feels empty. You are not a failure. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You've survived battles no one knows about. And you're still here. That matters. Your struggle is shaping you. Your pain is not pointless. Your story is powerful. You're not broken. You're becoming. Close your eyes. Take a breath. And remind yourself, you've made it through every worst day so far. That's not weakness. That's strength. And we see you. You have brothers in this space who may not know your name, but they know your pain. And together, we can rewrite this story. We can rise, not as perfect men, but as real ones. Remember this, brother. Real brotherhood doesn't fade with time. It multiplies. And the moment you choose to show up for another man, that spark? That's the legacy. That's how we rise. Your turn. Drop a comment, even if it's just still standing. That might be the sign another brother needs. Or share your truth. Speak from the heart. This is a safe space for all of us, and we should keep it that way. If you know a brother walking through the storm, don't scroll past, reach out, send this. Start the conversation, listen to his silence. Here at the Chronicles of Men, we don't just talk, we show up, we hold space, and we rise, together. Like this video if it moved you. Subscribe if you're ready to be part of something real. And until next time, stay sharp, stay solid, and always remember, you matter more than you know. Because brotherhood doesn't die, it thrives. Stay safe and see you on the next one, brother.